All right, hello, ladies. I'm gonna give just a couple of minutes for everybody to hop on. Then we'll get started. I'm super excited about this one. So get notebooks because I want y'all to all take notes. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna give like one more minute. I have my notes on my phone, so this may be difficult to watch. I'm gonna put this. Okay, as I get set up, can we just all take a moment and thank the Color Street lords for sending us light and those neons? Okay, I have everybody muted, but that's just because I get frazzled. But thumbs up if we all are really excited about the launch and had a good launch. Let me double check on our latest and what we sold because it's kind of insane. It is, so we've done 30,000 since 3 o'clock. Since it launched, we did 30,000, like literally to the exact. So awesome job, guys. And I know that's going to continue to really help our businesses through the summer, those neon nails, and then that white, obviously, and then the other cute designs that we have not given enough love to, but they do deserve the love. So anyways, thank y'all for hopping on. There are 27 of us on here. So awesome job, you guys. This is recording. So if you have stylists that couldn't make it, let them know. I'll be posting that soon. So tonight I'm really excited about this because I get all the time, you know, new stylists coming in, and when I chat with them or when they reach out to me, I'm trying to set this up and I don't know how to set it up. They reach out to me, they start to get overwhelmed, or like month 3, they start to kind of fade away. And right now, especially, summer's hard. Summer is really, really hard. A lot of us have kids out of school, people are traveling, people are out and about, and so it's just not as many people are online, and we are an online-based business for the most part. But then it also, for those of us who are a little less online-based, it's good. And so that's why you have, you know, people booming because they're going places. They're talking to people about the nails. So I really want to, first of all, encourage us to like use the fact that you're getting out of the house more. Take that into consideration and really think about your day and getting these nails on people and talking to people about them. But tonight I want to talk about how to simplify. everything, okay? We tend to overcomplicate this business, and I really apologize if I have, added to the complication. I think sometimes I do get overcomplicated and give you all these things, and us leaders give you all these things, but honestly, it's because we just want to give you every tool that we know that works so that you can succeed. But really, at the end of the day, it's a super simple business. So that's what we're going to chat about tonight, is just simplifying it and what to focus on during those hard months. So this can even be used for later months, maybe like December when it's crazy, crazy, crazy. So hopefully this is going to be just a good training on simplifying things for when we do have harder months, or busier months, I should say. So like I said, we tend to kind of have this like all-in type mentality. But in order to stick with things, let's get rid of the fluff. Let's make it sustainable, and start to get a little bit more focused. So let's chat about the non-negotiables for our business. Forgetting the fluff, forgetting like the newsletters that you may be doing, forgetting the graphics that you may be doing. All of these things are great. These things are really great, but when it comes down to super busy months, it's not going to be helpful. It's just going to overwhelm you. So let's find the things that are going to be sustainable, focus on those things, and then moving forward. So first thing we're going to focus on is Facebook parties. So we may have thrown at you, you have to be hosting 4, you have to be hosting 6 a month, you have to be hosting these massive amount of parties. In the end, you guys, 2 parties a month. That's all you need. 2 parties a month, which is really doable and really simple too. But this is going to be where you're getting your current month sales. So each party just needs to hit $150. So there's your BQ right there. 150 plus 150 is 300. There's your BQ. But this is also going to be where you get your next month's party. So it's super important to focus on just 2 parties a month, 4 at the most. Like if you have not so busy of a month and you want to hit enhanced commission or whatnot, 4 is great. But just to simplify things, let's only talk about 2 parties a month, okay? So then the next thing that you're going to focus on is your power hour. And this doesn't necessarily have to be an hour. This can be however long you have at a period of time. A lot of people, especially us leaders, we do it at a little bit at a time. So this might be more of like a power half hour. But this is where you're going to spend your time focusing on your parties. You're not going to be like worrying about all day what you have to do, and like you're going to just intentionally work. So less worry and more work. So by doing that, you have to set aside a specific time slot, okay? You have to have a plan. So if right now you are literally flying off the seat of your pants, you're just working whenever you can, or you're constantly on your phone, which tends to be me. I just tend to constantly work and work and work and work and work. This is where you just have to make some intentional time. So like make it a half hour, but I always encourage my stylists to attach it to a habit. So when you're thinking of when you want your 30 minutes, hour, however long you want to spend on your work time, like attach it to a habit. So like when you're at lunch break and you're eating lunch, do your half hour. If you have no kids and you get to eat breakfast in peace, do your half hour then. If you do have kids and you stay at home, maybe attach it to nap time. Wake up 30 minutes earlier, wake up or go to bed 30 minutes later. So just find some part of your day that is consistent and then attach it to that, so that then you know, okay, I consistently can do this. Does that make sense? My phone stopped. Okay, so we're going to be a little bit more intentional with our work. And then this is when, so what do we do in our power hours? This is when you are going to focus on your parties. This is when you're going to message people. Do not try to just post to the masses and try to get parties. 95% of my parties come from me initiating the conversation. Okay, like I get you guys, maybe 1 out of 100 have I had somebody like ask me to host a party. So you're going to have to initiate the conversation, not to random people, but to to customers, to loyal customers, to first-time customers. It's as simple as saying, hey girl, how'd you like your nails? When she says, I love them, say, great, let's get you signed up to host a party so you can get some free nails. Be enthusiastic, be confident. But this is what you're going to do during your power hour. Messaging people to book parties, and then you're also going to spend time actually like for the party. So scheduling your post for the party. If you do not get to, and I really encourage you guys to schedule posts, especially in this time of just craziness. Use the schedule on Facebook. I think there's also an app, I want to say. Does anybody know off of the top of your head? Like there's some kind of scheduling app. Anybody?
Vizio, I think.
Vivio?
Vizio.
Vizio? I don't know. Hootsuite.
That's what a lot of the stylists on my team use.
Okay.
It's like a kind of like a scheduling type.
Okay.
I don't know if it's an app, but I know you go on the computer and do it.
Okay, perfect. So we'll get more information on that. But scheduling your post out, like I mean, that's like if I didn't schedule my post out, parties would not be fun for me. Honestly, being a stylist would not be fun for me because it can tend to be a lot. So you're going to schedule your post out. But if you don't get them all, say you sit down for 30 minutes and it took you, 30 minutes to actually schedule the post out. Don't get stressed. Like if you have time, continue working. But if you don't have time, it's fine. You're going to do it tomorrow. You'll finish it tomorrow. Okay, so don't get stressed. Just know you have consistent work hours and you'll get to it. And then let's talk about, I just talked about when. So when you're just going to attach it to some kind of consistent time in your day. I have 3 kids. It gets like crazy town over here. Crazy town. And I think there are moments that I am going to go crazy trying to run my business. But I just find those consistent times throughout the day. I wake up early. I go to bed late. I get plenty of sleep, but if you are worried, say you wake up at 4:30 already and you go to bed at 11 already. I want to encourage you guys, this is just a season. If you have like plans to hustle and hopefully be able to quit your job, sacrificing a little bit more sleep is worth it. I promise. Your financial freedom is worth just a little bit less sleep at night. And if that's the case and you like literally cannot wake up early or go to bed late, there are other times. I promise you, a lot of us scroll through Facebook, a lot of us scroll through Instagram. Like some people, it takes 10 minutes to go to the bathroom. Like you could be working for 10 minutes while you're pooping. Like it's just find those slots. Okay. If you have to break it up into 10 minutes, do that. So we're going to focus on the 2 parties a month. Like I said, getting it to $150 each. And this is super simple to do. I know some Facebook parties flop. I get it. But if you are very intentional with hosting or coaching your hostesses and giving it your all, because let's be honest, some of us don't give it our all. This is easy. And then just keep in mind that these are going to be the parties that you get, next month's parties or, the following month's parties. And we'll talk all about hostess coaching and all that in just a little. So let's see what else. All right, so focusing on the income producing activities, I get caught up in kind of all the fluff. I get caught up in doing things that are just like a busyness that's not really helping my business. And then I get overwhelmed and it's just not helpful for my business. At the end of the day, it's just really essential to book your parties and to do them well. So last thing that we are going to talk about, last thing we're going to talk about on like continually growing your business is samples, getting samples out. So we had, at the beginning, I talked about 2 Facebook parties or 2 in-home parties. Whatever your party is, do that. Focus on your power hour. So doing less fluff and more focus, less worrying and more work. And then now we're going to really focus on samples and getting samples out to people. Because this is where your business really grows. Think back. Okay, so think back to the first time that you tried Color Street, whether it be a month ago. For me, it was like 15 months ago. And I'm going to take just a minute. Like, I really want you guys to think back. Where were you sitting? Who introduced it to you? What color was it? Was it a sample? Was it a full set? And like, what were those first thoughts that you had about the product? Y'all, we are really lucky to have a fun product. Like, there are a lot of companies out there that are not fun, and it actually tends to just be Debbie Downers. Like, there's just a lot of bad products out there. It's really exciting to have like a fun, colorful product that a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Okay. So think back to that time that you first tried it, and you're going to be that like introduction to somebody else. And who knows, that one little sample could turn into something really big for them. So just remember how excited you were to try the product. A lot of us have been in this for a while, and sometimes like now it's just nail polish, but to new people, it's not just nail polish. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a sticker. Because that's what I say. People are like, what is this? I'm like, oh, it's like a sticker. So just remember that. Get samples out every day. I encourage you guys to use this opportunity where we're really outside of the house. We're going places. We're doing things. We're traveling. You're meeting new people all the time. And just always have samples on you. Be confident. Be excited about it. And then obviously offering it online as well. So like through your social media outlets. Excuse me. So that is really it. So getting rid of all the non-income producing stuff and focusing on the things that are going to bring you some income, which is Facebook parties, like intentionally working on your business every single day and then getting samples out. So with all of that said, I'll kind of close it with some exciting things that we have going. We are going to be doing, me and the leaders just chatted about this. We are going to be doing a Facebook, well, it's really a Facebook and in-home party training. So you guys, this is going to be super in-depth. So we're going to go really in-depth on how to book parties. So if you're a new stylist and you cannot get a party booked, we are going to help you with that. If you are an old stylist and you have kind of tapped out, I've been there. There have been months where I am like sitting at 0 and it's the 15th of the month and I'm like, got to pull it out of my butt. So if that's you, we're going to help you with how to book parties. We're going to help you with hostess coaching. So how to really, y'all, I just had a party that was so insane. She got over $600 in sales. She was the best hostess I've ever had. So it really does kind of come down to the hostess. So we're going to teach you how to coach them, like what they can post to help out their parties, what they can message their people, how to invite. Because just like we have to learn how to invite to introduce people to the product or be a stylist, they have to learn how to invite to a Facebook group. We're going to talk about the actual party, what it can look like. There's different types of parties. There's like 7-day parties, there's 14-day parties. So we're going to talk about the different types of parties, how to really run it well. Then we're going to talk about closing out a party. So like you had the party, now what? What do you do with the people in there? How can you, continue to book parties off of that? We're going to talk about recruiting hostesses, so how to turn your hostess into a stylist, which is very, very important. And then we're going to have a special day for in-home parties, because I think that does sometimes get kind of pushed to the side. We talk about Facebook parties a lot and not a lot about in-home parties. And if you've ever done an in-home party, you know how incredible they are. And we should all be doing more of those, okay? So that's what it's going to be. It's 7 days, just full of really in-depth training. And that's going to be either next week or the next. Okay, we did not decide on a date. But that's either going to be next week, starting Monday, or it's going to be the following Monday. Okay, so be looking out for that. It's in our Foundations to Flourish group, which is just our big training group where we run all of our big trainings. I will post a link to that very, very soon. But that's it. I think that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions on just the whole simplifying process? Maybe questions about like like more in depth about what the power hour looks like, or anything? Dana, I just saw your comment. I love it. I do. I say they're stickers. I mean, how else do you describe it? You know? I don't say dry nail polish either. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just dry nail polish. Like, what is dry nail polish? You know, like, how does it stick to your hand? So I just literally say, oh, it's just a sticker, see? Okay, so no questions? Was this helpful? I hope this was helpful just for our summer months, just kind of simplifying things. All right, guys. Well, is somebody saying something?
Can you hear me? No.
I can, yeah, I can. It's a little faint. Maybe, okay.
Okay. I'm on my work computer and my microphone's kind of wonky. I was just wondering if there was any benefit to using one of those apps over the scheduling in Facebook. I just use Facebook scheduling, but it seemed like a lot of other people had other ones. I didn't know if there was a reason for that.
Yeah, I have never tried one, to be honest. I want to say some of them, the only benefit, I think you can like not copy and paste, but like it's almost like it'll schedule out the entire thing versus you going in and actually having to like copy and paste. And
okay.
I might be wrong though. I've never looked at one. I've never looked into it. I've never done one. So, but that is one thing that we are going to talk about on this big in-depth training we're going to do. So if you can wait, you know, maybe wait till that.
That's fine. I was curious.
Okay, because I don't know, and I am like excited because we have, I can't remember who's going to train on that, but they're going to talk about the whole scheduling thing, and I'm excited about that too, because we all want to be more efficient, and honestly, that's the whole simplifying like part of this is just to be more efficient with our time. You guys, this business, I really want this to be an added blessing to your life and not something that sucks more energy out of you. The end goal of Color Street is for you to be more financially free and more time free. Okay, so like if you have goals to quit your job, or if you have goals to be spending more time with your family or doing the things you want to do, that's the end goal. So that's why we want to be more efficient with our time. I've always said, because my husband has been so sweet and he loves this business, but it's because I have been upfront with him on, look, these are my work hours. Is this okay with you? If not, when can you help me figure out a good time? So when you are thinking about your power hour, I really encourage you, if you have a significant other, talk to them. Make sure that they're okay with the amount of hours that you're spending, and then also make sure they're okay with when you're spending it. Does that make sense? Because that's really important to me. I don't want this to ever overtake your life to where your family is just put to the back burner, because that's the whole point of this, so it can be a blessing for our families. Any other questions?
Hey, Jackie?
Yeah.
Hey, I was just going to say, so I used Post My Party for the first time last week, and it was freaking amazing. So my parties are usually like 30 posts long, and the way that it works is you basically like set your party up, and then like you tell it what day. So like you number it, like my parties run 10 days. So I have like 10 days. You tell it what day, what time, all you have to do is like tweak, like for me, all I have to do every single party is just update the ordering link. It saves me so much time. However, since I've only used it once, it put me in Facebook jail. So I have another party that starts on Thursday. So I'll see how that goes, and then I can report back to you guys in Flourish Dynasty and let you know. But it was a huge time saver.
Okay. That's what I've heard from some others, and that's honestly why I've been nervous. So did it put you in Facebook jail after, or like what was that process like?
So my party started on Thursday, and I noticed like it may have been that night or the next morning. Maybe I noticed the next morning, like I couldn't like or comment on anything. I could do like a brand new post. I just could not like or comment on anything for about probably roughly 24 hours.
Okay.
So then I got an email from them, and they're like, this might happen. So I'm like, okay, well, it sounds like it doesn't always happen. So I was going to give it a go again. But yeah, we'll see.
Good to know. Keep us posted on that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook does not tend to like third-party apps or anything like that. So, but you guys, I mean, really, honestly, it takes 30 minutes at the most to schedule your post out. So that's not that bad. And I mean, we also have to think like this is our job. Like, yes, I'm all about being efficient with our time. If we can find things like that to help us, great. But I don't want to sacrifice y'all being like thrown into Facebook jail. So if we can't get obviously things like that to work, totally fine. This is your job. Really, we're simplifying things. This is one of like 3 things that you really need to do. So any other questions or tips or ideas? If not, we can hop off. I'm really excited about the training. So our leaders are working hard on that. We're going to have that. We'll decide on a start date by tonight. So we'll be talking about that more. Continue to talk about these new nails. I cannot wait to see our Nailfie group page blow up with some white and neon nails in a couple of days, right? I think it's going to be like a pop of neon as soon as you get on. So I'm really excited. Okay, so I'll hop off so that you guys can get back to your families. But thanks for hopping on, and we'll chat later. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye, guys.